Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a newborn favorites video. I guess you could call it essentials, but I mean really at the end of the day, essentials are like food, diapers, clothes. So this is more of like a newborn favorites, my personal favorite products within a certain category. Sorry, my dog is running around in the background. But yeah, I watched so many of these videos when I was pregnant. My baby's 3 months now, and obviously everybody has their own preferences. But I, first of all, had so many things that I never used that I thought were so essential. I am going to make another video about products I regret buying. But yeah, this is just everything that, you know, my favorite brands of things and what's just worked the best for us, things I couldn't live without, things I might have purchased after I had the baby that nobody kind of talked about in the videos that I watched before. Without further ado, let's get into it and go through everything. I have most of it next to me. Let's hope I can finish this video before she wakes up from her nap. So the first thing I wanted to talk about and give a specific mention to are kite baby onesies. When your baby is like 0 to 3 months, really like what our baby lived in was onesies, or like footy pajamas. Not onesies, sorry, footy pajamas. And I remember buying so many, and I just wanted to say that I didn't think kite was worth the price when I was buying them before I had a baby, and then I started using them and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. They're so soft, they're so cute, comfy. They have two-way zippers, which is a game changer when you're changing their diaper in the middle of the night. So yeah, I just wanted to show you my favorite ones. So I love these ones here that have the little, they're like the long rompers. They're so soft. And then also the ones that have feet. These are the ones I prefer at night, just so she doesn't get cold or on a colder day. But they're so cute, and they are a little bit more pricey, but the quality of them is so great. Like, I look on the clothes, we just went up to the next size, which is so sad, but I look at the kite baby rompers compared to like Carter's or other brands that I had purchased, Target. These ones have just held up so much better than them. So I would highly recommend, if you're kind of on the fence about the price, I would totally go for it. And I just had like 5 of them in each size, and it's worked out perfectly. Like, I always have one available. You'll see if you are pregnant now, you're going to be doing laundry like every day because babies love to spit up. Honestly, you'd be fine with just 5 of them, or like 4 of them per size. The next product that I want to talk about is super random, but it's socks. Let me show you. I have a pair here. The socks that you choose are so important because I had so many different kinds, and like literally almost every pair she would end up kicking them off. They wouldn't stay on her feet. So like, for example, these little Gerber ones that are like fleecy inside, these ones do not work good. Like, your baby will kick these off their feet in 2 seconds. The ones that I've actually been loving, which fit her since she was a baby, and I actually ordered after she was born because I couldn't find a pair of socks that stayed on her feet, are actually these really random ones from Amazon. I'm going to leave a link on the screen right now. But they're also so cute. They come in really cute little neutral colors, and they stay on their feet. I don't know what it is, but these socks are like a life changer. And also, just a side note, I want to say some cute baby stores. Zara, H&M, Kite Baby, and Finn and Vince have been my favorite baby stores. I can't stand super girly clothes, like pink, glitter, rainbows, everything. That's just my preference. I really wanted like neutral, especially like lots of brown tones, warmer tone neutrals rather than just gray. And Zara and H&M especially were my favorite stores to find really cute clothes for my baby. And a lot of people don't realize that they have baby clothes. So if you're looking for cute baby clothes, Zara and H&M are the spot. The next thing I want to talk about is a bib. When your baby is super little, it's really hard to find a bib that will actually, be small enough to fit around their neck. Most of them are too big, and like the actual bib part will cover literally their whole body. But I really love these ones that I got from Amazon. I'll also link them on the screen right now and in the description below. But these ones are great. They're like these little muslin bibs, and there's different levels that they snap onto. And so when they're babies, like newborns, it will snap on the smaller one, and then as they grow, you can move it to the big one. And these are also just cuter. They're like little scarves, and I thought they were so cute. And another thing that's awesome is they kind of double as a burp cloth. So like if you're in a pinch, you can just throw it on and the baby can spit up on your burp cloth rather than on your clothes. So we had so many just standard like cloth, the big ones that go down, and I just never found them useful. These ones were so much better, and they actually are thicker, so they absorb like the spit up and, you know, snot comes out of their noses. Next thing that I want to talk about, kind of moving away, well, we'll do one more kind of fabric-y thing. Just these swaddle blankets. I thought that I would have no use for these things when I was buying them, and I still bought a ton, and I'm so glad that I did. So this one is the Aiden and Annis brand, a nice brand. I think I got it at Target, and they're just these really soft, thin muslin blankets, and they have been just like, I use them all the time, from anything like laying the baby on the bed and I don't want her to spit up all over the sheets, I lay one of these down. If I'm nursing in public, I'll put one of these over my shoulder. I put it over her car seat if we're out and about, or her like when she's in her stroller, so that, you know, all the germs from COVID don't go near her. These things are just great, even just as a blanket if your baby's cold. I highly recommend these. If you think like, I'm not gonna have a use for these, you will. The next thing is a changing pad. I actually forgot mine downstairs, and she's sleeping down there, so I don't want to go wake her up. But we got the Gather, I'll put a picture right here. We got the small Gather leather changing pad, and I love that. You obviously don't have to get such an expensive one. You could just get a plastic one, but I love that it kind of matches my house, so when I lay it out, it doesn't look bad. And I also love how small it folds up. It's easy to, like, I didn't buy an actual changing table because I don't have the space for it. And I thought that might be stressful, or like I wouldn't like not having a dedicated place to change her. But the reality is that you'll change your baby anywhere. When you're in those first few months, it's so hectic. It's like, whatever works, you do it. So I'm really glad that I bought the Gather changing mat. I can throw it in my purse if we're leaving really fast. It folds up super small, and I can just bring it with me around the house, and it's super easy to move around, and it doesn't take up any space. So I would highly recommend, if you don't have room for a changing table, or if you do and you just don't want to buy one, I would highly recommend getting just a changing pad in general, but especially the Gather one is really nice because it wipes off clean. The next things that I want to talk about are kind of like more health, safety related. So the first thing I want to talk about are these nail clippers. These are the Frida Baby ones, and what I love about them, I was horrified to clip baby's nails, and they grow so fast you have to do it almost every other day. I was so scared I would cut her skin. They have a little peephole right here, so you can actually see through to their nail and see exactly what you're cutting. These things are great, and they're super sharp, so when you're cutting, it cuts super smoothly. It's like a crossover between scissors and like a toenail clipper. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like curved here. The next thing is we have lots of Frida Baby in this round, the little Derma Frida. So this one has little scrubby bristles, and I use this in the bathtub when she got cradle cap, because she got it really bad. This thing was great. Again, super simple, cheap product, but I still use it to this day just to wash her hair, because she always has dried up spit up in the back of her head. The next thing is the Baby Windy, and this is kind of controversial because some people say, you know, you shouldn't use this. It's not, your baby's not going to learn how to pass gas on their own. But let me tell you, these things are a game changer if your baby is super fussy, super gassy. It sounds really scary, but you just put it up their little butt and it gets all the gas out instantly, and they don't feel it. They don't care. I thought it would hurt my baby. She definitely doesn't care. She smiles the whole time. She thinks it feels great to get all the gas out. And I think the main thing to know with these is that you just don't want to use them all the time. You know, don't use it every day. Just use it when you notice your baby is gassy and super fussy because of it, or maybe won't go to sleep because she's super gassy. Just use one of these. Use them sparingly and you're fine. So it's the Frida Baby Windy. These are the brand name ones, but I also wanted to put you guys on Amazon. They have these ones. It's called the iHank. And it's literally the same exact thing. You get 20 of them for like 14 bucks versus 10 for 14 bucks from Frida Baby. So definitely get them on Amazon if you can. The next thing are these baby swabs. They're like baby Q-tips. So the only difference is that they're just bigger on the ends. And these are great to have because at least my baby's ears not deep in them, but just on the outside get all kind of crusty and lots of earwax comes out. And really just for cleaning anywhere, like inside the tip of their nose. They just help clean things up without being dangerous. Like the small Q-tips are dangerous if, you know, it went too far up their nose or went too far in their ear. These ones won't because they're bigger. And they're just really helpful to have around to clean the little crevices. Even around her neck gets really milky and gross, so sometimes we'll just use them there too. The next thing is coconut oil. This has been probably my favorite kind of like safe wellness product for my baby. I love coconut oil for her. I don't use diaper cream, I don't use lotion, I only use coconut oil. It's 100%, you know, all natural, and it's cheaper. So I use this if she's starting to get like a little rash from her diaper. If she's starting to get a little red or irritated, I just slap on the coconut oil and it's gone almost immediately. It also prevents it, so what I've kind of always done is just use it whenever I change her diaper, just to make sure she doesn't get a rash. I also use this in place of lotion for now because she's so little. I don't want to put a bunch of chemicals on her, and she did get really kind of dry skin at the beginning. So this really helped to get rid of all the little scaly skin that she had, and it's natural, so you know it's not going to harm your baby. Last thing in this kind of section, where's the tube? I don't have the tube for it, but it's the Frida Baby, what's it called? Snot sucker. This thing is so gross when you think about it, but it was the best thing ever. She got her first cold at around 2.5 months. And this thing got all the boogers out of her nose. The other thing that I'm going to give an honorary mention to is the Oogie Boogie, I think it's called. I'll post a picture here. And you just can pick out the boogers with that. That was also really nice if it was more dried up. But when she had kind of loose snot in her nose that she couldn't get out and she was coughing and it was just coming out, this thing was great to suck out all that snot. The next thing that I want to talk about are toys. I thought you had to have all these toys when your baby was a newborn, and I didn't realize, I don't know why I didn't realize this, but I didn't think about how, you know, lifeless they are at first. They don't do a whole lot. They don't like toys for the first like 3 months, but I will say that she did love these really bright colored, noisy, colorful toys. So the only thing that really caught her interest, and I will say don't be aesthetically pleasing with these toys. Your baby will not care if you're holding up a pastel pink and brown rattle. They want to see these contrasting colors because they can't see great at first. So I would definitely recommend skipping the aesthetics on these and just going for these bright, colorful, you know, what's it called? Foily kind of toys. They're great. Only thing she cared about, she didn't like my aesthetically pleasing toys. So don't even bother wasting your money. Your house isn't going to look perfect. That's fine. You have a newborn. It's okay. In the kind of same toy category is one of these mobiles. If you have a bassinet, I would highly recommend going on Amazon and just getting one of these cheapy portable ones. You can also take this off and clip it onto their car seat so that they're entertained by it. This one you just put 2 AA batteries and it spins and plays music. It was actually a recent purchase because she loved the mobile on her swing downstairs. So I would highly recommend grabbing one of these if you can. It was like 20 bucks on Amazon, and we've been sleep training her recently, and this totally helps her not cry. Next is kind of equipment, I guess. So we started with I can't show you because my camera's currently set up on it, but we started with a Halo bassinet, the swivel sleeper. And my baby hated it. We got no sleep. She would not sleep anywhere besides with me in bed, which was dangerous. And, you know, I wish I wouldn't have done it, but it was kind of the only option I had if I was sleep deprived and falling asleep, then I couldn't be a good mom to her, so we had to do what we had to do. Anyways, it came to a point where I knew I had to get her out of my bed, and so I splurged on the 4Moms bassinet. I'm gonna put a picture here and the link as well. It is pricey. I think it was around $350. I got it from Target. But in comparison to something like the Snoo, which does similar things, it's totally worth it. I mean, this thing rocks. It goes in circles. It has, I think, 5 different motions it does. It makes noises. It has a white noise built into it. It's just been amazing. I am so glad that I invested into it, and you can sell them when you're done as well. You could probably even get one used on Facebook Marketplace or something similar to that. I am so glad that I bought this bassinet. It's truly helped us get sleep. As soon as we got it, she slept almost through the night. The next thing is another controversial baby item. It is the DockATot. This is the DockATot Deluxe. I didn't buy it, and I wouldn't buy it. I'm just gonna put that out there. I wouldn't buy it full price, I should say. I was gifted it from my boss, who was done with hers and gave it to me, and I love it. I mean, I put my baby in it on the bed or just wherever we're lounging, because she does now, but at the beginning she didn't like to just lay down flat on any surface, so this is nice because she would lay in here and feel like more supported by the edges. Obviously, make sure your baby is not sleeping in the DockATot unless you're sitting right next to them. But this was just a great spot to just set her down. If I had to fold a load of laundry or, you know, cook dinner, she could just hang out in the DockATot and be pretty chill. So I definitely wouldn't recommend, though, spending full price on a DockATot. If you look on Facebook Marketplace, you'll see tons of them secondhand. People are selling them, and baby stuff tends to be kept in good condition. So I would definitely recommend buying it secondhand. I don't think it's worth paying full price. I think there's other lower priced options that are the same thing essentially. I think one's called the Snuggle Me. But definitely something that your baby can lounge in is great. Next equipment is also, I'm not going to take this one out because it's pretty big, but the Baby Bjorn, I don't know how to pronounce it, bouncer, and also getting a toy bar for it. This thing was the only way that I got a shower for the first 3 months of her life. She would go in the bouncer in the bathroom with me and just stare at this, and she loved it. Obviously, every baby is going to be different, but for us, the baby bouncer was the best thing ever. I think it's totally worth the price. It is pricey. Again, you can find them secondhand on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or whatever you use for about half the price. I think it's such a good investment, and it lasts for a really long time. I think they can use it probably up to like 8 months. So I would definitely recommend having it just as a place to set your baby down. The next thing is feeding, and this is the last category, and it's pretty quick, but I just want to talk about bottles. I highly recommend, also disclaimer, I highly recommend having formula ahead of having your baby. Have it at your house. Sign up for Similac. They have a program where they'll send you free formula to test it out, like testers, and they'll send you coupons. Sign up for it. You never know how breastfeeding is going to go. I was so set on breastfeeding, and unfortunately we just had some issues at the beginning that made it impossible for me to breastfeed completely. We had to supplement. And I'm so glad that I had formula at my house, because it was like 11 p.m. and she was starving and I couldn't feed her off my breast. So having bottles and formula is essential in my opinion. You need to have it around because you just never know, and you don't want to be starving your baby, and you don't want to be stressing at midnight with no stores open about how you're going to feed your baby if you can't. Whether it's latching issues or milk supply issues, whatever the reason, have formula and bottles on hand. Personally, I love the Boon bottles because they're closest to a boob shape on the top. I don't know if you can tell. We started with Dr. Brown's and they were great, but they just had too many pieces and the latch seemed really unnatural for her, so we switched to Boon and she seems to prefer them anyways. So yeah, they're great, slow flow, and they get the gas out because as they eat, it's a silicone pouch in here that'll squeeze out all the air. Another great thing is they are super easy to clean. It's just the silicone insert, which is all you really need to wash if no milk is touching the outer plastic part. And then the little nipple comes out of the ring here, and it screws on, and you can put them in your dishwasher too. So I highly recommend the Boon bottles, and just making sure you have them on hand. Even if you know, have decided that you're going to breastfeed exclusively, you just never know. And at the end of the day, fed is best. Whatever you can do to get your baby to eat. I want to make a whole nother video about breastfeeding and my journey with it, but I would highly recommend taking these supplements as soon as you give birth. They are the Legendary Milk, Pump Princess, and Liquid Gold. These things are the best milk supplements ever. Not sponsored. I wish I was sponsored by them. Legendary Milk, hit me up. These are amazing. Within a day of taking them, I struggled with low supply. Within a day of taking them, my lactation consultant recommended them. I had so much more milk. They're great. 100% great. Fenugreek decreased my supply. So really educate yourself about that. Again, I'm going to make a whole nother video. Buy these and start taking them as soon as you have your baby, and you will not have a problem with milk supply. The last couple of things I want to talk about are the sound machine we got, which is the Hatch. I love it. It pretty much is on all day in my bedroom where the baby sleeps. The sounds are great. I love that you can control it from your phone. It's kind of a hassle to always have to go click the buttons. We're always on our phone, so it's nice to just have the app downloaded. Pick the light. The light is great for middle of the night feeds and diaper changes so that you don't wake the baby up. And it just looks nice in your house. I would highly recommend a Hatch. And then the final product I want to talk about, and this is kind of optional, but I've really found it helpful, is having an essential oil diffuser. I just got the No Gear essential oil diffuser, and then I put this Dream essential oil blend in it. Lavender, sage, chamomile, ylang ylang. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I feel like this really relaxes my baby at night, and you know, keeps her calm, puts her in a sleepy state, sends her off to dreamland. So with that said, this is my baby favorites video. Let me know what you guys really found to be essential down below if you have a baby, to let others know. Let them in on the knowledge, or you know, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section and I will answer you as quickly as I can. Thank you for watching my videos. Definitely look out for a breastfeeding video, my breastfeeding journey, and products I regret buying. I think those are the next videos I'm going to be uploading. I really appreciate your support. If you made it this far, please subscribe. You know, I'm really putting in effort to make this channel grow, and I'd love your support along the way. If you guys have any video suggestions, leave them down below as well, and I'll definitely film them for you. My baby's 3 months now, so there will definitely be different topics as she grows that I am happy to discuss on here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!